Scott, were you involved with Nick Diaz's transfer over to the UFC in those talks?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. When Nick was working his way over to UFC, we had talks with Caesar, and we had talks with Mike and Peter Dropic flew down. We all went met with Caesar, and so it was a process, and that was a very unique situation because of the boxing allowance that we allowed in the box, and so that's how that ended up working out the way it did.
There's talk that Gilbert might be the next one to do something like that. What are your thoughts of the UFC plucking some of your champions over?
Yeah, like I said, right now there's no other fighters that are going to go with it. Gilbert's got doesn't have like a boxing provision in the agreement, so we expect him to continue fighting Strikeforce and getting ready for a fight in the fall.
So that boxing provision was the only reason that Nick pretty much transferred over? Okay.
Because the idea was to keep him in MMA, and Nick could use that as a little chip.
Dan, out of curiosity, would you be interested in vacating your title if it was the same situation and going over to fight John Jones?
It hasn't crossed my mind really. I'm happy where we're at, and I think there's plenty of guys that fight in Strikeforce right now. And, I think it'd be pretty neat to be involved with, possibly down the road, unifying a title or something like that. I'm pretty satisfied with that.
We were a champ of pride.